Well, hey guys, welcome to today's video. It is Thursday evening right now, and we're doing some final prep out here, getting ready for a clearance sale tomorrow, which is Friday, and then just for 3 hours on the following Saturday morning. So we're putting up a few signs out here, marking down a lot of our stuff, and we just want to kind of show you some of the idea of what we're doing and show you what's on sale today, the coming days, and just kind of how we're going to run this thing. So let's dive in here and let's have a look. So one of the things that we've decided that's a good idea for our nursery is when we get to the end of the season and we've still got plants left, and yeah, a lot of things, to be completely honest, they are picked over. A lot of things are completely sold out, but we've still got a lot of really nice plants that we want to offer to our customers for their benefit at a discounted price and for our benefit, because making something is better than making nothing. And this is one way that we're able to do that. On last week's video, we talked a little bit about here are some things that you can do with your plants, you know, your leftover plants. Some of them you may throw them out, you may divide them, you may pot them up, you may plant them in the ground. There are different options, but one of the things we want to do with some of our plants is to put them on sale and get rid of as much as we can. So that's what we're going to do. One of the things that we want to do with our clearance sale is to have a couple of different price points on our plants. Now, these plants that are sitting right here around me, you can see some of them right in here, and you see here's some geraniums here behind me, some hostas behind me, some grasses in here, some lauropes in here. Right over here, we got some Shasta daisies, we've got some tick seeds over here. We're going to put some bee balms in here, and kind of the idea behind most, if not all, of these plants in this area that we're pricing at $3.97 is that we have very little in these plants, or we propagated them ourselves. So even at $3.97, there's a little bit of meat left on the bone for us. But really the point is not even so much that. The point is that getting something for these plants is better than getting nothing for these plants. And we've got quite a few plants, probably, I don't know, 200-300 plants that we could sell at this price point theoretically. I mean, if you sold out of every single thing that we have at this price. So I don't know exactly how many we have, but just kind of giving you an idea of what we're doing. Most of these are in like smaller pots. This is a 2-quart pot. This is a carex grass. It's called Frosted Curls. And I got a bunch of these. They're really nice. We've grown them out and they're really uniform looking. I mean, that's a steal for somebody who wants these. And that's what we really want people to feel like when they see this $3.97 section right in here. Is, man, they're just about giving these plants away. I want somebody to feel that when they come in here. So we're hoping that tomorrow and Saturday, that's exactly what happens. All right, and just to show you a little bit of what we have, this house here, the hostas that are in here, they're going to be $3.97 each. We've sold a lot of hostas, but we got so many left because we propagated, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of them last year. So hopefully we can get rid of a good number of them coming up this weekend. But aside from the hostas that are the back 2/3 here, we've got a really fancy little sedum right here. It's a little small, flat growing sedum. It's called What a Doozy, and it's just a really pretty little sedum that somebody would put more than likely in a planter. Just a really pretty little plant. Right over here, the next thing we've got is one of these yarrow. I really have fallen in love with the yarrow plants. They're just beautiful little plants, and we've got a lot of those. We only got a few of them out here, but we got more of them out back. This little dianthus, this is the Delilah bicolor purple. I showed you guys this in a video a couple of weeks ago, and it's a really nice perennial, and it's becoming one of my favorites. I'm going to have to give it more time and just see what it does through the rest of the season. I'm not going to take you through the whole hosta house. I mean, you guys have seen our hostas before, but basically everything that way is hostas. And just take a look at these few plants here. I have a few loropetalums left here. Most of our leftover loropetalums, I cut them back, potted them up into 2-gallon pots, and they should be really nice by the time our fall sale rolls around. You know, that's 2.5 months away, something like that. And then just a few stragglers here, some ice plants, a tick seed called Golden Sphere. That's actually come out really nice. So, and then we got some autumn ferns there. So it's just kind of a smattering, just kind of a scattering of plants, some lavender here and some rosemary here. Those have all grown out and are looking really good. So I'm really happy with the way that a lot of our plants look, and this is just a few of them. We'll go over there and I'll show you a few others that we have, and hopefully we're on our way to having a good clearance sale weekend. over here in the other shade house, there's a lot of plants in here. So really glad about that. But there's another yellow tick seed right there called Early Sunrise. And we just got a pile of varieties of butterfly bushes here. There's probably 30 or so of them here. And we got more of those around back we can fill in if they start getting low. So, you know, butterfly bush is one of those plants that we tend to just sell a whole bunch of. So I don't mind having quite a few of those around. And you know, I'm not gonna try to show you every single thing that we have in here, but we've got some dianthus left here, one called Pink Pom Pom, and some anemones down there, and some catmint. We got a few foxglove, and just to show you what some of our clearance plants look like, I mean, I'm showing you plants that are really pretty, but then we've got our share of them that look like this too. And this is a foxglove, which is a really nice plant. This thing just really desperately needs to be put in the ground. And, you know, for $6.97, maybe somebody will grab it this weekend. Maybe they won't, but it's on clearance, so we'll see if anybody wants it. And some of our stuff does look like this. Most of it's really nice. I threw out things that we thought might not make it, so, you know, I'm not trying to sell people dead plants, but as you can see, most of what we have looks pretty nice. Now, this house we're in, it's full. I mean, you can get more plants in here, but just for all intents and purposes, it's full. And these that are sitting right here in front of me, we've talked about these a couple of times lately, but these are our Hummingbird mints. And, you know, they're an exciting plant to us, but these, I just potted these as little tiny plugs, 100 count plugs, probably the first or second week of April. And now about 8 or 9 weeks later, you know, they've grown out to, you know, these size plants, and they're really nice. And it's kind of weird to have something like this on our clearance sale, because this is the first time they're making an appearance for our customers, but they've just now thickened up and grown out where, you know, we felt like it was time to sell them. So this is one of those things, like I was talking about last week, about timing, and our timing on these has not been great. It's like, oh, they look beautiful when it's time to close down. So I don't really know what to make of that, other than maybe I wish I could have started them a couple of weeks earlier, but at that time it was still cold, and, you know, maybe it's a plant that I should try to overwinter or start now for fall sales. I'm not real sure how to handle that. But in our clearance sale, going all the way back to this section right here, all the way through here, we've got probably 60 or 80 of just this one plant, different varieties, but just this one plant. And there's probably at least 100 more of them still out back. So not real sure how this is going to work out, but they are absolutely gorgeous. This looks like an early to mid-spring plant right now. They're in beautiful shape. So hopefully people will come by them, they'll get a good deal, we'll make money, so we both win. And guys, we are really happy to report this to y'all. Of all of our ups and downs we've had with our annuals this year, from our amateurism with them and over ordering and holding some of them for a long time, this is all we have left. If you consolidated all this, it's about half of one table of our annuals left, and all that we have are, you know, just these small, you know, 3 and 4 inch pots of sweet potato vines, a few coleus, some million bells, but there's not a lot here, and we're really happy about that. We're almost going to be giving these away tomorrow at $1.97 each, and I don't know if anybody will buy them. We're not overly concerned about it if they do or don't, but just to show you one more thing that we've put in our clearance, just literally to try to get rid of it, it's these few annuals. So we're super happy about the way these have turned out. So that's just kind of to give you a bird's eye view of our clearance sale and why we're doing it, some of the thought behind it. And our sale starts tomorrow, which is Friday, and then we'll do it again on Saturday morning, and we'll check back in with you after the sale. Well, all right, guys, it's a couple of days after our end of the season clearance sale, and we wanted to check back in now and just kind of let y'all know how it went. So just overall, Chloe, what was your impression? How did you think it went?
I think it went really well overall. We had a ton of people, sold a ton of plants, and there's a lot of empty space in our shade houses after this weekend, so that was the goal.
Okay, so you can probably kind of see behind us, we'll show you a little bit more of this in a minute, but you can probably see behind us that there is a lot of empty space. We sold a lot of plants. I mean, we didn't sell out, but kind of, I mean, I just don't even really think we can sell out completely, where it's just like, hey, we had to close the gate and we had nothing.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
It just, there's so much stuff that we have now. So that being said, I think we sold at least as much as we wanted to sell. I mean, in my mind, I had hoped that we did 3,000 or 3,500 in sales, and wound up doing right at 5,000
Yeah.
in just clearance plants. So, you know, I was super happy about that.
So you have to sell a lot of plants at $3.97 to make that amount.
$3.97 and
$6.97.
$6.97. So it went really well. Now I grabbed my square reader and just wanted to kind of share in the Friday and Saturday a little bit of the actual kind of nuts and bolts numbers, but our perennials that were our $6.97, kind of our primary plant that we had.
Probably our base price.
Yeah, our base price was, I can't even see it. Sorry guys, we're really battling the sun out here this afternoon, but anyway, when you're setting up a video, it's not always easy to get yourself situated where you're not looking at the sun.
Yeah,
so
or the camera's not looking
we're
at the
dealing
sun.
with the sun and it's fine, and y'all just deal with it. We sold 365 of those $6.97 perennials.
Wow.
So that's a lot of them. And we
It
just
is.
look around out there, you wouldn't even think there's that many.
Yeah.
And there's still quite a few left. So, you know, that seems to me like a pretty good number. And on those small perennials that were $3.97, we sold 288 of those. So those were our two
Top selling items.
Yeah, as far as numbers go.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot. So we also sold a lot of screening trees. We sold some of what we call number 3s, which is like 1997 shrubs or trees. And there's a lot of other stuff that we sold. One of the things we were really surprised about, I mean, check out that table right there. Our annual table, we showed y'all guys that and just showed you, hey, we didn't have a lot left. And I mean, I didn't know if there'd be 20 plants that people would buy off that table, but they bought, let me check again.
I think you said 88.
88 of those little annuals that we were selling really cheap too. So, you know, there's almost nothing. There's literally 13 plants.
They just kept going throughout the day, and as we're watching, people just keep bringing them and bringing them and bringing them, like up to the cash register. We were like, how are there even that many more left over there?
Yeah, it just didn't seem like there could be.
So I think there's 13 or whatever you said left over there now. It's crazy.
But that's why you put stuff on clearance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not regular price, and people know that they're not getting like really a first rate, first crop quality plant.
Yep.
But the plants that they are getting, if they'll get them potted or get them in the ground, they'll flush out, and in no time they'll look great. So, you know, it's kind of a win-win for our customers and for us.
Yep.
So Casey's been sick for several days now with a cold, and Chloe was able to really help a lot at the plant sale on Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
Carly came down, helped quite a bit on Friday and Saturday. And
even John was down there?
John was down there, and we just kept, you know, you sell out of something, we would put more in there, and we just kept it going. I mean, it is an absolute circus out here when we have a sale like that. It's fun. We tend to do pretty well with it. We tend to get rid of a lot of plants, and it's just a one-time, once-a-year thing. So, you know, I really enjoy being able to offer that to our customers, but it does us a world of good in that we're able to make a little bit extra money at the end of the season and able to move some of these plants out that we just have too many of.
Yep.
So all of that being said, we just wanted to share this with you guys, kind of show you how it went, talk about the numbers just a little, and let you know what we've done with a good bit of our plants is that we've sold them, and we're really happy about that. So thank y'all for being here today. Thanks for watching. I love y'all, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.